Destination wedding. Wedding bells and honeymoon in the Caribbean. Newlyweds are flocking to the Caribbean for a romantic honeymoon getaway. With its year-round sunshine and amazing activities, like taking tours and trying out water sports, it's no wonder why this archipelago is so popular. Lying in the sun. However, in the past few decades, it has also become very popular to travel to the Caribbean for the wedding itself, not just for the honeymoon. There are both advantages and disadvantages to doing so. First, you must consider who you want to have present at your wedding. By law, you will probably be required to have a certain number of witnesses, and you may not be able to imagine your wedding without your father to walk you down the aisle or your best friend as your best man. Remember that every guest you want to be present at the wedding will have to be flown to the island. In many cases, the guests will not be able to afford this trip themselves and you will have to pay for all or at least some of it. If this isn't in your budget, it may not be possible for you to have everyone present at your wedding ceremony. The cost of a Caribbean wedding is definitely a disadvantage. Remember also that you will probably be vacationing for your honeymoon wherever you hold the wedding. While it may be nice to have friends and family around for the wedding, you might wish they would disappear for the wedding. Stay until the end and I tell you the 6 most important documents to have for your destination wedding. And 6 tips to organizing your guests for a Caribbean wedding. Your guests may also want to take a vacation while they are in the neighborhood, so if you want some private time, an all-inclusive couples-only resort may be what you need for them to stay out of your way. However, one of the main advantages is that you are already in the location where you'll be honeymooning. Travel is stressful and not a good way to start a new life together, so instead, you can just jump right into paradise. Not only that, but your wedding will be a very memorable event because the beach background overlooking the sunset and ocean will be beautiful. Many couples love the island scenery, so a Caribbean wedding may be perfect for you. If you decide to have a Caribbean wedding, contact a wedding planner from the specific island to which you will travel. He or she can help make sure that your big day goes smoothly and that you will have the time of your life on your honeymoon. A honeymoon in the Caribbean. Your honeymoon is one of the best vacations you'll ever take. It is the start of a new life with someone you love, as well as a great reason to visit one of the most beautiful places in the entire world. A honeymoon is a special and unique experience, leaving an unforgettable memory forever. No matter when you take it, departing straight away or waiting in anticipation until the post-wedding buzz decreases, it will always be something special. One of the most popular places to go on a honeymoon is the Caribbean. The Caribbean is an absolute dream destination for honeymooners. Not only do these islands offer a magical, tropical paradise, but they also don't have the population density of other places. Escape reality and unwind in the Caribbean. Its popularity alone is enough to make anyone want to visit. With its pleasant weather, it certainly makes for a great vacation spot. Couples looking for a romantic getaway should look no further than these islands. They cater specifically to lovebirds, offering a multitude of unique experiences that can only be found here. Newlyweds will feel especially pampered with all the special activities specially tailored to them. Planning a magical honeymoon in the Caribbean? Start as early as possible to make it an unforgettable experience, even before you wrap up your wedding preparations. Before you book tickets for your honeymoon, make sure to factor in the cost. Overspending can lead to a significant amount of debt when you come back, and that's not the best way to kick off a life together. Wow! Setting a budget first and then finding the perfect Caribbean island to match it. Now that's smart. Planning a Caribbean honeymoon? Don't forget to plan your honeymoon, the perfect ending to your special day. Couples are combining their wedding and honeymoon, making the transition from one to the other seamless. Flying away from your wedding reception on the same night may be a bad idea. It could last much longer than expected. Couples are increasingly choosing to spend their wedding night in a hotel near home before jetting off on their honeymoon the next morning. What a joyous occasion! Newlyweds get to enjoy settling into their home before leaving for their honeymoon. Starting a life together is a wonderful thing. Some couples even delay their honeymoon for a year to save up money. It's all about what works best for them. Mentioning you are on your honeymoon in the Caribbean can pay off. You may be pleasantly surprised with special treatment like upgrades and nicer rooms due to others celebrating with you. A honeymoon in the Caribbean is an unforgettable experience, with champagne, discounts, and luxury hotel gifts. It's a dream come true. An amazing way to begin anew. Cherish these moments with your loved ones. 6 tips to organizing your guests for a Caribbean wedding. Organizing guests for a Caribbean wedding can be challenging, especially if you are planning a destination wedding. Here are some tips to help make the process smoother. Send save-the-date cards early. Get your save-the-dates out ASAP to ensure your guests have plenty of time to make plans. Create a wedding website. Create a centralized wedding website to keep your guests informed of all the details, from location and travel to accommodations, making the planning process easier than ever. Provide travel and accommodation recommendations. Help your guests save money by negotiating group rates and discounts with local hotels and resorts. Hire a local wedding planner. Hire a local wedding planner to make the planning process easier and more in tune with local customs and traditions. Schedule group activities. Give your guests a chance to bond and make memories with fun group activities in the beautiful Caribbean location. Keep communication open. Keep your guests in the loop. Regularly update them about wedding plans, travel info, and accommodations to ensure a stress-free experience. With these tips, guarantee your Caribbean wedding is a memorable experience for all by keeping your guests informed and prepared. What are the 6 necessary documents for your Caribbean wedding? Planning a Caribbean wedding? Common documents required include birth certificates, passports, and marriage license applications. Valid passports. You and your partner will need valid passports to enter the country where you plan to get married. Birth certificates. You may need to provide your birth certificates as proof of your age. Proof of divorce. If you or your partner were previously married, you may need to provide proof of divorce. Certificate of no impediment. Some countries may require a certificate of no impediment, which states that you are free to marry. Medical certificate. Some countries may require a medical certificate showing that you and your partner are free from certain diseases. Marriage license. You will need to obtain a marriage license from the local authorities in the country where you plan to get married. To ensure a smooth wedding abroad, be sure to check with the local embassy for requirements and documents. Plan ahead to avoid delays. Start the paperwork for your wedding well before the date to ensure everything is in order. If you liked this video, please subscribe and like to help me grow my YouTube channel.
Budgeting for Caribbean travel. If you enjoy going on vacations, then you probably know just how expensive these vacations can be. Traveling to the Caribbean is no different. Even if your budget is tight and you can only afford a quick trip to the Caribbean, it will be the time of your life. There are ways to raise the money for this kind of vacation. You can start planning for your Caribbean vacation by just declaring to yourself that you are doing so. This step takes the decision out of your hands before you've even resolved on which island and with whom it will be with. It's a good way to start making decisions about where your money should go, rather than what things should be funded. Savings accounts are easy to open and easy to commit to, making it a great way to save for your next trip or any special plans you may have. If you are getting started, decide how to ensure that whatever money you save in this account can't be taken out. This is your opportunity to make some decisions about your own finances. Make sure not to try and save money by backing out of mortgage or food payments that are due. But put as much in the account as you can manage. Determining how much you can spend on your Caribbean vacation is important for making sure you stay within your budget. Don't forget to also monitor your spending closely so that you don't exceed budget, and have to slog through books to find the trip of a lifetime. Within the expenses for travel, accommodations, food, commercial activities and shopping, there are many other items that can be added. Expenditures such as entertainment adds to the total cost. Always estimate high. This can help ensure that you don't run out of funds, and that you have enough resources to be able to get ahead of your life. Lastly, when planning out your travel dates for a Caribbean vacation, make sure to do it early so that you can find the best deals. Cheap flights and hotel rooms are becoming increasingly popular online. You can find reviews of some tourist destinations without paying anything, which is much cheaper than paying full price. If you find out that a certain museum was rated as boring by other travelers, you can save yourself the expense and instead spend the day on a free public beach. Traveling to the Caribbean is definitely expensive no matter how much you spend. However, there are ways to make it easier on your wallet and still have a pretty good time. It's important to budget your money so that you don't run out at the end of the month before you even have time to enjoy a holiday. You could use this extra money to save up for that Caribbean getaway. Earning big money is always a goal worth having, especially when you can have a vacation of your dreams. Let's start brainstorming together to make more money so we can all afford that trip of a lifetime. Cayman Islands. You can dive into a beautiful vacation. Most travelers know the Caribbean is one of the most popular destinations these days. It offers lots of islands, so there's always a new beach you can visit. There's a beautiful Caribbean island in the UK called Cayman Islands. If you love diving, the world's leading underwater tourism destination is in Cancun. It's a great place to visit. The Cayman Islands have 3 islands located in the Caribbean Sea. The Cayman Islands are about 450 miles from Miami and are considered to be just one island amongst the Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, situated 60 miles from each other. On average, Cayman exhibits a total of 90 square miles with its coastline measuring 75 miles. Cays are home to a diverse range of animals and birds, mostly sea life. One of these exotic birds is the endangered blue iguana, as well as the Grand Cayman parrot and Cayman Brac parrot. All 3 of these birds only live on these islands, which makes them that much more difficult to find and maintain in captivity. The island provides most of the revenue from tourism, so people there are sure to take advantage of the tourists' every need. Cayman Islands is a great destination for both scuba diving and snorkeling. Its clear waters and proximity to the Cayman Wall make it one of the most popular tourist destinations on the planet. You can swim among stingrays and other amazing sea life while visiting the Cayman Islands. You can also explore old shipwrecks. Hikers are going to love their trails. Come and see their lighthouses, and they have great museums, too. Cayman Sea Salt Company has been around for years and is located here along with some of the local banks. Indeed, many businessmen travel to the Cayman Islands because they're one of the world's leading offshore financial centers. You need to make sure that you'll get your full benefits before to head out with plans for a fun trip. You can learn more about the Cayman Islands on their website. You'll need a passport to visit this country, and maybe a visa, depending on what your citizenship is. Camping is illegal in the islands, but many don't know that when they leave, and if you're caught camping you may have to spend time in jail. It's also important to make sure that you can show a return flight ticket. Visiting the Cayman Islands can be a lot of fun if you're ready. The Caribbean Travel Guide will help you avoid getting into any unnecessary trouble during your stay. Crime can ruin your vacation in a heartbeat, so it's not worth the risk to leave any personal items out of your hotel room. It's best to put everything in a safe and lock it all up. You'll be able to rebook flights, contact your credit card company, etc., without stress or guilt from crime when you're on vacation. You never know what you're going to find with these thieves. Be careful. Everything can be up for grabs, including money, traveler's checks, camera equipment, cell phones and computer equipment. Any valuable that you carry with you or leave it at your hotel. If you want to experience a safe and enjoyable vacation in the Caribbean, take some steps to avoid being targeted as someone who is potential prey. If you happen to be visiting a new city, local pickpockets might try and take advantage of their visitors. You should always remain alert of the surroundings and keep your valuables out of reach. If they are not, they could easily get stolen. If you are carrying a purse, then your arm should be slung across your chest instead of by your side. This will prevent items in your bag from falling out unexpectedly. Another way to avoid crime is always to consider how you are dressing. In order for thieves to know that you are a tourist and that you have money, you'll want to appear discreet. Remember, dressing too flashy could make it easier for thieves to pickpocket. People should feel free to wear anything they like, but it's important to keep practical choices in mind when dressing. Keep yourself more comfortable by investing your money in a casual outfit that won't cost much. It's worth noting that you should never leave your treasures unattended. This is easy to do. Just make sure your travel accessories go with you wherever you go. If you're carrying a big, heavy purse or carrying on, someone might be more inclined to try and take it from you. However, there are some things to keep in mind that make being a victim a little bit easier for the thief. One of them is carrying 2 heavy suitcases and a camera case around your neck and have purses under each arm. A thief might just go ahead and steal your money, no effort at all, since you'll be too busy chasing after him. If you're traveling with expensive items, such as watches or jewelry, do not forget to keep them locked in the hotel safe at all times. You should be careful when hiring a maid, or any hotel personnel for that matter. However, if you use the safe to protect your valuables and that is easily accessible to guests, then it would be very difficult for them to prove something happened if it did happen. It's wise to protect your home goods from thieves from day one. Have someone watch your house while you're surfing in the Caribbean to make sure that is safe. Pets provide a lot of love and happiness for many households. In order to make sure that your loved ones are taken care of, consider having them stay in your home when you can't be there yourself. It'll also be helpful to have a friend or relative take care of your animals so as not to leave them unattended. Another tip is to make sure that your luggage is clearly marked with your name and address in case it gets lost. But at the same time, you should be careful not to miss important belongings. Make sure everyone who is nearby can clearly read this. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like to help me grow my channel.